That's why I see me did. I can't answer. Some damn party coming home soon. I'm coming on a crack. The minimum when I'm against a glass. Life is a wild carnival. Mama, me, why I can't wash. Every time you know you blame to me pass it. I can't reach every woman in my spirit gift. Life is a wild carnival. Mama, me, why I can't wash. And pim. It talk come to a mess, sorry. Nabusi ya didi ya me wato. Any mere won pabu anu ke anko. And pim. It talk come to a mess, sorry. Nabusi ya didi ya me wato. Any mere won pabu anu ke anko. Yanya me penny se me na ma me nice. Man kwa busi ya beda come. I do this for my family and myself. Drink this save it come. Yanya me penny se me na ma me nice. Man kwa busi ya beda come. I do this for my family and myself. Drink this, say it, come. What do I'm a soldier, one man soldier. In social soldier. What do I'm a soldier, one man soldier. In social soldier. And pim. The top of to a massa, sorry. Nabusi ya didi ya me wato. Any mere won papu anu ke anko. And pim. They talk about to a massa, sorry. Nabusi ya didi ya me wato. Any mere won papu anu ke anko. What do I'm a soldier, one man soldier. In social soldier. What do I'm a soldier, one man soldier. In social soldier. I see me paper, because that's why I see me eat it. I can't answer, so madam party coming home soon. I see me paper, because that's why I see me eat it. I can't answer, madam party coming inside. My brother, I make a granny to be frank. The minimum when I'm a dancer glass. Life is a wild carnival. Mama, me, why I can't wash. Every time you know you blame to me pass it. I can't reach every woman in my spirit gift. Life is a wild carnival. Mama, me, why I can't wash. And pim. The top of to a mess, sorry. Nabusi ya didi ya me wato. Any mere won papu anu ke anko. And pim. The top of to a mess, sorry. Nabusi ya didi ya me wato. Any mere won papu anu ke anko.
Thank you for joining us. We're bringing in the legal matters. Christmas. It's just around the corner. As soon as you join us, share the program for us. What do we have for you today? We're bringing you all the immigration update in the United Kingdom. Following the announcement by the Home Secretary, there has been a lot of confusion as to what the law will be come this spring. Some people are DMing me asking, when is the law coming into effect? And will the law affect those who are already in the UK, or those who may put the application in before the policy come into effect? There's a lot of confusion. Today we are going to clarify that. We are also going to give practical advice in relation to UK immigration law, and especially the doctrine of sole responsibility. It's something that, for me, if you have the understanding today, you can prevent disaster tomorrow. So we'll be looking at that as well. If you've just joined us, do the best that you can and share the program for us. This is the place that when we come, we are happy to, basically give free legal advice. But once we are done and we are out of here, unfortunately, we cannot continue. So I ask that you share the program so you may have a brother, a sister, family member who may have a legal question to ask. And in that respect, you could then do what? You could then pass the link to him or her so that she can ask any question that she may wish to ask. Mr. Emmanuel Osei-Kweju, good morning to you. I hope you and the family are doing well. Once again, if you just tune in, check the program for us, because today's program is going to be interesting in so many different ways, and especially during the festive season. When a police stop you, how do you deal with it? Do you go by way of the confrontational way, or the timidity way, or perhaps the halfway, negotiating your way out of trouble when stopped by the police? And we all know festive seasons, there's a lot that goes on. Police may be trying to do their work, and sometimes you will just simply not be lucky when you get stopped by the police. And how do you negotiate your way out? And what is it that you also need to do to ensure that you don't get yourself in a pickle? Because festive seasons, you may be invited to someone's house, to a house party, for a gathering. And sometimes, as we know, these gatherings could sometimes lead to a consumption of alcohol or alcoholic beverage. You might think that you are fit to drive. Police may think otherwise. If you are stopped by the police, what do you do? The advice is don't drink and drive at all. And sometimes you may not even drink, but the fact that maybe you may be at a certain place at a certain time may attract the attention of the police. And they may decide perhaps to stop your vehicle. And under those circumstances, what do you do? Do you comply or do you ignore? We're going to give you tips today, and basically how to deal with the law enforcement in case you are stopped by them and you have to negotiate your way out. We are also going to be looking at sole responsibility today, the presumption of the law. Many a times people get confused, but the child is my child. Why can't I bring my child? And I think it's important that you understand the law, because if you understand the law, you avoid some of these misunderstandings. So we'll be looking at that as well. And we will also look at the proposals made by the Secretary of State and where we are and where we are going. It's very, very important that we have a better understanding of what is going on around us. We will do that. Yes, we will do that for you. Right. So where do we start today? Today we will start by looking at the proposal made by the Secretary of State. Forgive me if I'm going a bit slow because I'm getting a lot of text messages that people are not able to join the program, so let me just send a link to them as well. So if you're watching me, share the program for us. Hopefully those people calling me or texting me will have the link as well. Then we take it from there. Okay, let me send as much as I can. So whilst perhaps I'm doing this, let me play this tune so that I can concentrate and send it to these people. And that will basically help me to concentrate, because you're trying to do it and you just text messages one after another. It disrupts what we're trying to do. Yeah, let's just play this song and we come back and then you can then continue the program.
I am
Yes, what do we have for you today? Let's start the program. Let's keep rolling. Let's keep moving. Thank you very much for joining us. The name is David, Dark Justice and Law Solicitors. Christmas is upon us, and I will start by saying Merry Christmas to everybody, and we wish you all the best for the new year coming up. We also like to take this opportunity to thank you all for your continuous support, for your prayers, and for your referral. Joyce Netherfield, Milton Keynes, I want to take this opportunity to thank you for your referral. You know, a gentleman came to see me during the course of the week, and the gentleman only had nice stuff to say about what you told him about us. And you know, like I always say, without you there cannot be us. You know, it's through this support and your kind words and gestures towards us that, you know, keep us going every single day, because it's not easy, you know, but you know, like people like you, you know, motivate us, and we always want to do more. You know, the number of people supporting us are countless, and I cannot, you know, basically go through all the names, but you know yourselves, and we want to thank you for your continuous support. It's only possible because you've got our back and you are supporting the cause, and our job is to try and do the best that we can for all people, from all nations, and especially people from our country called Ghana. I will always say this, like Positive always say, seek ye the British passport first, and everything will be added unto you. It's very, very, very important that to live in a country called the United Kingdom, you do the best that you can to secure your status, to ensure that you are living in the country legally, because you simply never know when your time will come. You simply never know when you will be required to prove your status. You simply never know when your job place may ask for you to present evidence of your right to work in the United Kingdom. And regardless of your status, regardless of how long you have been in the United Kingdom, regardless of your financial position, if you don't have the right papers to stay in the United Kingdom, you will find things very, very difficult. Sometimes the disrespect that people show to those without formal documentations called papers and crata, sometimes the disdain, the way people treat people without status, sometimes is beyond imagination. And it is my wish, and it is my purpose, and it's one of the reasons that I keep doing what I do, and I take a lot of joy from what I do. Being able to play a small part in someone's life in securing their status in the United Kingdom. And the flip side of this is that not only are you helping someone to achieve their status, by so doing, you are also saving generations upon generations from going through the heartaches, the hardships, and the challenges and difficulties that people go through in order to be able to regularize their stay or to obtain their citizenship in this country called the United Kingdom. So for me, being able to play a role or to play a part in someone's immigration journey or United Kingdom journey gives me a lot of satisfaction. Being able to help someone to succeed from zero into British citizenship, I take a lot of comfort from that. And I will keep fighting for those people who are also aiming to achieve the same goal, i.e. to achieve or to obtain their British citizenship. We will keep fighting as long as you are there for us. We will keep fighting as long as you continue to support our business. Because of course, without your business, we will not be able to survive. Without your encouragement, without your praise, we will not be able to survive. And I say, don't be a branch and don't be the flower or the leaf. Be a root. Be a root. What am I saying? We have three types of people. We have the root, we have the branches, and then we have the flower or the leaf. And this analogy suggests that if you are a root, it comes for something. When someone is a root, the person will root for you. Rooting for someone means supporting someone through the bad times and the good times. Be a root. A branch is only a parasite whose survival is dependent on the root. A leaf or a flower whose survival is dependent on the branch. But I remain the root. Be a root and be a good supporter to your community and also to the people that you love. And we thank you that you are all being a root. You have rooted for us over the years, and this time of the year, Justice and Law, we just want to say thank you for all your support. The referrals that are uncountable. We get a lot of referrals. We look left, we look right. Oh, this person give me the number, this person give me the number. And sometimes it baffles me. It's unbelievable. And this is the time that we also want to show our appreciation. We also want to thank you for your continuous support. Without you, we will not exist. Of course. And in every relationship, there are bound to be, sometimes some challenges. Sometimes I wish I could divide myself into 10 to be able to do 10 things at the same time. But it's impossible. So if you've called us, you were unable to reach us. If you are dealing with your case, it's not going as smooth as you want it to be. All that I say is be patient. Patience move mountains. I remember one case, we fought the case for 10 solid years. Some lawyers would have given up easily, and some clients would have given up easily. But sometimes it's also very, very important that you need to look at the root, why there is that problem, why there is that delay. Is it the lawyer's fault? If it's not the lawyer's fault, work with the lawyer, like this lady did. We inherited a very big problem. We made it very clear from the outset that we will fight for you, but this is not going to be an easy battle. We fought and fought and fought and fought and fought for 10 years. In the end, the person succeeded. The person was very patient with us because she knew that the mess up wasn't from Justice and Law, but we have inherited a messed up. And what we are trying to do is to clean the mess and build a case. And it's not easy when a case is like that. So all that I say to people is this: not only Justice and Law. If you know that your case is messed up and you're going and see a lawyer that you believe is effective, be patient with the lawyer. Because to clean up is not easy. To clean up is not easy because you need to clean the mess before you can build again. So it's just like building a mansion, boy, building a house. And you have a bad foundation. Once the foundation is bad, regardless of how beautiful the structure of the building may be, it will just be a matter of time before everything comes tumbling down. So I say the root must be solid. And therefore, if you bring your case to Justice and Law solicitors, work with us, and together we can achieve. We thank you for your continuous support, and we thank you very, very, very much. And we cannot thank you enough. So now that we've done the thanking, let's go to the business. Let's go to business. What do we have for you today? This is just a practical advice to our brothers and sisters who are listening to this program. One share a day, keep ignorance away. So share the program for us as soon as you join us. And what do I have for you now? This is what I have for you. Christmas is upon us. And every Christmas time, period, people make mistakes. Some of these mistakes can be avoidable. And for me, my advice to everyone and anyone is that when you go anywhere and you drink, the best thing is do not drive. But sometimes our judgments get the better of us. Sometimes we meet someone that we want to impress so bad that our common sense goes out of the window. And therefore, what may deem or what may be obvious, people may not do that. They do some craziness. And as a result, they could get into a mess. All that I say to you is this: do not drink and drive, period. Se brebre ama, anka amanye ensuso ama. Because the police are aware that a lot of people during festivities may visit, and as a result, they may consume alcohol. I know someone who always tells me that he knows his limit. And I always argue with him that nobody knows their limit, because human beings, we are capable of anything and everything. So for me, I would rather not drink at all and drive. Because regardless of what, even without alcohol, you can still be involved in an accident. But once you take the alcohol, you cannot predict its effect on your reaction and behavior. So if I'm a police officer, for example, and you are involved in an accident and I could smell alcohol, what do you think I would think or do? Straight away, I will assume that probably you are drunk. If I'm a police officer, I stop you on the high road and I smell alcohol, or perhaps drugs, ganja. What do you think the police will do? Of course, it will raise suspicion, reasonable suspicion, for them to think the worst. And one thing may lead to another. And then before you know, you end up with a criminal record. Even if you do not end up with a criminal record, what about the passenger? Maybe you've seen a girl, you've seen a boy that you are trying to impress. If the person does not have any status and they start asking questions about what is the name of the passenger, maybe you, the driver, may be cautious. Maybe you have your papers. What about the people that are in the car? The people that you are trying to impress? Before you know, the police start asking questions. And then what happens? They may end up getting detained, arrested. And therefore, the mission of trying to impress someone may lead to someone being arrested, detained, and sometimes being removed from the United Kingdom. So for me, it's very, very important that we think deep, that we are very, very careful in our goings and comings, so that we protect ourselves and protect people around us. Let's assume that you are okay. Paperwork is top-notch. Ce n'est pas problème. If you are stopped by the police, you need to realize that they are simply doing their job. The police are simply doing their job. And therefore, you have no reason for me to be rude to them or to be nasty to the police. Having said that, it does not also mean that you should be timid. No way. You have to know your right, but be respectful. That's what I say. If you are stopped by the police, yes, politely stop on the roadside. And for me, don't wait for the police to come to your car. Show them the respect by stopping your car, getting out of the car, and possibly going to the police to find out why they have stopped you. This strategy is free. Lawyer Darkman, it's happened to me before. I got out of my car and I went straight to the police without the police even getting out of his car. I asked him, officer, how can I help you? You've given me a signal to stop. How can I help you? The first thing that the police may ask you, do you know why I stopped you? Do you know why I'm following you? Pay attention to this. If you know the reason, then that would then perhaps suggest that you did it on purpose, whatever it is. So be very careful. Because sometimes the words that we use and the way we answer questions, either it damages us or it enhances us. It enhances our cause. So one has to be very, very careful. One man will say it's a policeman test in this country. If you study the history of policing, police culture and behavior, Lawyer Darkman, I've been fortunate enough to do police studies as part of my degree course in 1998. Police culture and police studies. The policeman's test. If a policeman stops you and asks you, do you know why I've stopped you? And you say, for example, yes. The next question is, why did I stop you? Because I jammed traffic. That means by in itself, it's self-incrimination, confession. You are confessing to a crime. So what stopped the police from bringing charges against you? Mens sana incorpore sano. It's very, very, very important. So in my case, I did a wrong turn. And there was a sign that says that you cannot do a right turn, which I did not see. The police, I don't know where they came from. As soon as I turn right, the siren, beep, 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 it started burning down. So I stopped my car. The policeman stopped behind me. Straight away, I come out of the car. I walk to the police. And I ask him, officer, what can I do for you? The first question was, do you know why I stopped you? My mind straight went back to my police studies in 1998. And my answer is no, officer. I don't know why you stopped me. Do you mind sharing why you stopped me? At that point, the police officer said that, do you know that there was no right turn sign on the road? And I said, officer, I'm very, very sorry. I did not see the sign. If I had seen the sign, there is no way that I would have intentionally do that turn. At the moment, my child is unwell, and I've just been called to come home. So my mind is a bit, racing. And I do apologize, for not paying maybe a little bit more attention to the road sign. It will not happen again, officer. As soon as I said that, that was it. He looked at my face in shock. Because no doubt, in my mind, I think after the incident, a black guy driving a nice car, and I believe he was expecting an attitude. But I switched everything around. I turned everything around. In the state of shock, he said, you know what? Just go next time, pay attention to the road signs. That was it. I'm gone. If I had gone in there with an attitude, no doubt, he would have given me a penalty point and maybe a fine. So sometimes it's not about, I would say, what has occurred or what has happened, but you need to learn the skill of negotiation and compromise. At the end of the day, I showed him respect, and that respect gave me a jail card. And I was able to negotiate my way out successfully without any impunity. So if you are watching me now, today, and during these festivities, you are stopped by the police, be respectful. That's what I say. If you have a car, make sure that the insurance is still legit, valid. 2, your road tax is still valid, is still legit. 3, you have your driver's license. If you don't have it, please don't drive. Don't try to impress someone and get yourself in a mess. Especially if you are a holder of a limited leave to remain. At some point, you may have to do your indefinite and British citizenship. You need to look after yourself. You need to be a root. Don't be a branch. And don't be a leaf. Don't be a flower. But be a root. You need to be able to survive. Find a way to survive in this complicated system in the Babylon that we find ourselves. Life is about survival. And life is one big road and it's full of signs. When you hit the rut, Bob Marley say, don't complicate your mind. So all that I say is, festivities, a lot goes on. Be very careful. If you want to drive, if you want to drink, don't drive. If you want to drive, don't drink. Personally, if you want to drink, stay home and drink. Nobody cares. But the act of drinking and driving is not only a selfish act. It's not only putting your life in danger, but you are also putting the lives of others in danger. For me, I don't subscribe to the idea that when I drink, I can control myself. Forget it. Why put yourself in that position? What if you are not lucky enough and you had one too many? I hear people saying that, well, I know like my limit, I can drink 2 bottles and I will be fine. Really? Maybe the day that you drank 2 bottles that you were fine. Maybe you had food that day and therefore you were fine. What if today you are drinking and you had no food? Look at the way the alcohol will charge your system. Look at the way it will have a different impact on your life. I say, let's be very, very, very careful. Because at the end of the day, no one knows how alcohol consumption can affect one's behavior. Because life is not fixed. Conditions are not fixed. Conditions change. Maybe the last time that you were drinking, the alcohol content was maybe 8%. Maybe this time, it's maybe 32%. But you are drinking the same sort of bottle and making the same comparison. But the strength of the alcohol may differ from the first time that you take it. So for me, this Christmas, unfortunately, the police are going to be in town. They are going to stop people. And if you know, SSB, Ufie enya minkudi epibragro. It's very, very important. So that's what I can say in respect to road traffic and alcohol consumption during these festivities. Also, this is just in passing. Our brothers and sisters who have come into the country, be very, very careful. Sometimes you can go to a function, a nightclub. Someone may be laughing with you. That does not mean that a person has opened the gate of heavens for you. You have to be very, very careful. Also, even if you have spoken to someone, the person has agreed, and you are in the business, halfway the person says, stop. This country, the law says, if the person says stop, and you don't stop at once, and you continue, it becomes a statutory rape. Be very careful. You may not know, but I felt compelled to spell it out to you today. Even if initially the person engaged, the person was of the same understanding, the person wanted it as well, and you are halfway into the business, and the person says stop, wherever you have reached, whether Mars, Jupiter, Pluto, you need to come back down to earth. You stop it right away. If not, it can be deemed to be a statutory rape. And I've seen students who have now been deported from the United Kingdom, picking a girl from a nightclub. The girl agreeing to come to their flat. The girl agreeing to whatever started. Halfway, the girl said, no, stop it. The man said, no, me I make wild. I have to make sure that I reach my destiny. The fact that she said no halfway, the guy was convicted because the guy accepted that halfway the woman said stop and he didn't stop. So the fact that she agreed, there was nothing wrong with it. But halfway through the journey, when you were reaching Jupiter, and he says stop, the law says that stop means stop. You should stop it straight up, right away. But this brother was so into it to the fact that he couldn't stop himself. And Brother Alexandra will say false landing. He landed at where he was not supposed to land. He landed at no man's land. Now he's been deported back to Nigeria. So brothers and sisters, you ought to be very, very careful. Especially the incomers, the new people who have come in. Be very, very careful. Now there's going to be Christmas parties. a lot goes on at Christmas parties. Wherever I have worked, believe in me, I don't stay long or I don't go at all. Because Christmas parties are the places that a lot goes on, a lot happens. You may be working at a place, someone may be watching you, you may not have realized. Someone may be making, I would say, be doing things to catch your attention. Maybe you may be interested, you may not be interested. Someone may be talking to you in a suggestive way. You may be interested, you may not be interested, but be careful. Because sometimes Christmas parties, people get drunk and they may even throw themselves at you. You might think, oh, this one day, he or she bring herself or himself. So let me take it. The person will then turn around to say that he or she was so drunk that he or she did not know what was going on. And it might be the same person who may be throwing himself or herself to you at the Christmas party. He or she may even suggest that let's go to this hotel, come to my house, take me home, that kind of stuff. Brothers and sisters, be very, very careful. Because the same person will turn around to say that she was so drunk that she did not see anything. The only thing that she saw ending up in your house, waking up naked. Once a report is made, the police will come and arrest you. By the time that you get a chance to defend yourself, your workplace, everywhere you are defamed, you are finished. If there is sufficient evidence, police will bring prosecution against you. If there isn't sufficient evidence, police may decide to drop the case. But by that time, you are already finished. People who have heard about it may have heard about it. People who will put their own slant into it will put their slant into it. How do you go and erase the damage that has been done against you? So it is important that straight up from the beginning, you take precaution. You have to be very, very, very careful. These are the times that a lot of people get into trouble. I mean, I have had someone, I'm not saying this to brag, Christmas party, I've had a lady coming to me and say, David, I know that you want me, just take me. I said, wow. I had to run. Oh yes, I ran. Because at the end of the day, I have to let my brain work rather than my feelings. At the end of the day, I've come to Babylon to hustle, to make something out of myself. At the end of the day, if you fall into this kind of prayer, you know where you're going to end up? The damage will be irreversible. When someone throws themselves at you, believe in me, run. Run as fast as you can. All that the person will say is that you are not man enough. Okay, yeah. Just not be man enough and have your sanity and your reputation intact. Than for someone maybe to set you up and drag you through the mud. Someone may even accuse you that you might not even be a man because a woman is throwing himself at you and you are running. Oh yes, I ran and I survived. If I didn't run, maybe I would not be sitting here. Maybe I would have been in jail. But me now go jail. Peter Touch will say, ganja no more. Because me, I no go jail. You know? So for me, this is just an advice to you. Let people say nasty things about you, but stay on the course of history, the right path. Because no doubt in my mind, that time, a newly qualified solicitor, working for a big company, Christmas party, went to the Christmas party. This lady started flirting, it was getting heavy. At the end of the day, I had to leave the party early because I didn't want no trouble. Everyone saw what was going on, but I had to use my head, my gumption. A guy from Ashtown, and yet the new be that any awumawu. Na say upe inkonya a year, motiabani each no man, I'm past that a long time ago. And therefore I had to look away. It's called strength. Be clever in your head. Think with your head, but not the below the belt, because it can only get you into trouble. Run as fast as you can. Don't even look back. I survived. My life could have been different if I did not think of my head. Very, very nice looking girl. But me, I said, no. Me, I have to use my head. Me know where me come from. I always have to know where me come from. And therefore, I have to protect me. And therefore, I have to use my head, my gumption, my brain. I have to let it work. So brothers and sisters, if you are watching me, this is just a small experience that I'm sharing with you. You just have to watch out. There are people, they are destiny destroyers. They will come into your life, or they may try to influence your life by sending you to hell because of one or two that they may do. If you are not strong enough, you take the wrong path, and the wrong path will lead you to hell. So time is coming, Christmas time is coming. Office parties is going to be everywhere from next week. Think, brothers and sisters, be very, very careful. Because not all that glitters is gold. I have got a story that never been told. But today, I'm standing here to tell you my story. I am hoping that it will be an inspiration and a reminder that not everyone that comes to you is looking for what is best for you. Be watchful, watch and pray. Now, let's move on to the next one. Now, we know that there has been some changes or proposal of changes. When the proposition was made, a lot of people started panicking. During the course of the week, a lot of people have called us, bombarded us with questions, one question after the other. And as a result, in fact, some people, I have not had the opportunity even to respond to them. You see, I am being bombarded with requests, questions, lawyer this, lawyer give me this, lawyer give me that, lawyer give me that. All that I ask is be patient with us. We are doing everything that we can to respond to all those people who have sent us requests. Some people would like to do their applications. They have requested for the list of documents to bring. And we are doing the best that we can to get this over, to get this across to these people. So please bear with us if you are still waiting. We are doing the best that we can to go through our messages and basically get the information across to you. So we beg, bear with us. We are doing the best that we can to ensure that everyone also gets what they need to get. It's very, very important. If you want to bring your case to us, to be patient with us. If it's an emergency, please let us know. Because Justice and Law Friday coming will be our last day. We will break for the office until 3rd of January. So please, if you know you have an emergency and you wish to call us, tell us what the emergency is. If my secretary pick up the phone, please, be open. Tell them what the emergency is. If it's a very, very emergency and we have no choice, we will make provisions for you. But if it's something that can wait, we will also explain to you and beg you to wait for us. Life is a long journey and it is a lonely journey. But we will do the best that we can to accommodate your needs. We will not allow you to wait in vain, because we will do the best that we can to ensure that you reach your destiny. So now, let's look at the changes that has been proposed. The Secretary of State for the Home Department, James Cleverly, made an announcement last week that there is going to be a shift in government policy. There is going to be changes that will bring net migration down. All right, we hear you, Mr. Cleverly. So what is he proposing? The proposition is that even those people, i.e., if you are British, you have indefinite, and you want to bring your spouse to the UK to join you, there has been a proposition that the financial threshold, which currently stands at £18,600, is going to be increased by £20,000, i.e. is going to move to £38,700. A lot of people are asking themselves, why? And is it going to affect those people who have already put in the application? Is it going to affect those people who have already put in the application? And those people who are already in the system as a spouse, are they going to be affected by that? A lot of people are panicking. Oh my God, my household income does not, reach £38,700 that they have mentioned. So if it comes to indefinite, what is going to happen to me? A lot of people have asked. I have 2.5 years as a spouse. If I'm going to renew, what then happens to me if my income level or the combined income level is less than 38,700? And as a result, pressure started growing. The Home Office, the politicians, people started calling them right, middle, center, left, everywhere, bombarding them about the unfairness of this policy. No money, no honey. Because in order to be able to marry a foreigner and bring that foreigner into this country, the proposal suggests that you have to be working and earning £38,700. The question, therefore, is how many people earn this amount of money? How many people earn this amount of money? Very few. So that means the majority earning less than £38,000, should they want to marry a foreign national and bring the person to this country, they cannot do so? This is a legitimate question that a lot of people are asking. So, the Home Secretary in one of London's radio station was invited, and these questions was posed to him. And either because of public pressure or either there was misunderstanding, he was able to say as follows by way of clarification. He said that, well, it is only a proposal. The final version will come out at some point. However, UK law are not made to operate retrospectively. Retrospectively means that the law does not go back. So therefore that means if the UK, that policy becomes immigration policy or immigration rule, the £38,700, if we deduce what the Secretary of State said in the radio station, that means those who have already put in their application, those who are already in the system as a spouse, will not be affected by the new rule if in fact it becomes a rule in spring. This is what they have stated, that the new rule will come into effect in spring. But the day has to be mentioned, so nobody knows exactly what day it is. People ring me and say, when does spring start? When they made the announcement, they did not say that it will start from the day of spring. All that they said was that it will start in spring. And therefore, it makes it very, very difficult for me or for anyone to be able to give a specific date. But we wait to see. And whenever there's any change, the voice of legal reasoning, justice and law solicitors, we will bring it to you. We will always bring you an update as soon as something happens. You can follow us on TikTok, Justice and Law Solicitors, and also on Facebook. Because every time that there's an update, straight up, we do a short clip on TikTok and we give it to you. Santa Cruz, wherever you are, good morning to you. So, in that respect, that is the major change. 2, dependents. Students, come next year, will no longer be able to bring their students, their dependents. But there are exemptions. People undertaking PhD and so on, they could still bring their dependents. Also, SW, skilled worker route. Skilled worker visa route. Now, the financial requirement, just over £20,000 is also increasing to about £38,000, 700. So if you are sponsoring someone to come to the United Kingdom under Appendix Skilled Work, this is what you should be looking at. Also, their dependents. If you are a domiciliary worker, healthcare assistant, that sort of role, you will not be able to bring your dependents. Also, the money has shot up. You know, the 20% discount for skilled work in terms of the wages is going to be eroded. It's going to be taken out. So we need to watch out for all these things. A lot is happening. A lot are going on. If there is something that you need to do, I would say do it and do it now. As fast as you're able to do it, the better it will be for you. We know the spousal applications is going to go up. £38,700. how many people actually earn this amount in a year. Like they say, the devil is in the detail. At the moment, it's a proposal. Maybe because there are organizations who are also lobbying hard to the Home Office that what they are doing, the policy that they are bringing, one of the indirect consequences is depriving fathers, mothers from being involved in their children's lives. Because if I'm a mother, I have childcare issue to contend with. And as a result, the work that I do, they pay me £20,000 a year. The father is stuck in Jalalabad or maybe Zimbabwe, Bulawayo. The aim is to invite my baby's father, my husband, to come to the UK to join me. Now this money is going to shoot to about £38,000. In this sense, what do you expect such a person to do? The person cannot do anything. The person is only going to be a single parent playing the role of mom and dad. And in that respect, the policy is separating families. Have they thought about that? So some organizations are lobbying hard that this is unfair, this is in breach of individuals' human rights under Article 8 of the European Convention of Human Rights. We wait to see what's going to happen. Whether how it has been announced is how it is going to be implemented. We just wait and see. But one thing for sure, one thing that I have noticed in this country is that there is always going to be a bit of a leeway or concession. It's even possible that this proposed policy might not even come into fruition. But we never know. It has been announced, we never know, and therefore we have to prepare for it. That's what I say. We just have to prepare for it. Just in case it transpired that this government is not going to heed to the warnings, to the unfairness, and to the injustice associated with this proposal, then one will be ready and equipped, adapt, and deal with the new reality come spring. But all the same, how do you avoid this? You can only avoid this if and only if you decide that, you know what, I'm going to do my application as fast as possible to avoid all these intricate complications. And in that case, you need to get in touch with justice and law solicitors with no waiting. Book appointment, come and see us so that we can help you to make the right decisions. With over 22 years of experience working in the field of immigration and nationality, I believe that we'll be able to help you to go through the complicated intricacies of immigration law to land in the promised land. This is coming to you from Justice and Law Solicitors, the voice of legal reasoning. Share the program for us if you've joined us, because today we are in high spirit. Today, all the areas that we are talking about, I believe that it will benefit you and your home. So that is all that I can say in that respect. That these new changes or the proposals, wait and see what comes up, how it's formulated. We will come here and give you the hardcore truth, so that if you need to make a move, if you need to take a step about something, then you can be quick and take the step and do what? And sort yourself out before these new proposed changes come into effect. Now, the last bit that I want to talk about will be the doctrine of soul responsibility and how it affects applicants and their applications. So before we go into that, let's take this from our sponsors, and we come back and then we continue the program. Don't touch the dial. We'll be back.
With you, therefore you shall never be put to shame. How any say and a Justice and Law Solicitor said, Omodiana Brand and Yomedi Home Como, Ombema and Futu, Nasay idea say to one more, Ombe Bout no to one more. Immigration and answer nationality problems. Say yes, student application, family independent application. So pass it now, Kroma, and now lawyer Bino Jina one name or court amount, personal injury claims. Say employment, landlord and tenant issue or housing issue, family and divorce issues. Drafting legal document, will writing, renting and leasing shop, lease extension. Obina juicy canon persuade them out. Any unia kawakuma to yem now how you na to a chap. But more than any justice and law solicitors for Nkasa. 075-3896-9589. And I say 0207-738-5841. Bamodiana Fred Justice and Law Solicitors na yenhwe kwanya yebe faso yebe boa. Obe home ewo Unit 35 Euro-Linked Business Center 59 Efra Road Brixton SW21BZ. Like I said, we have Victoria Line to Bristol. Bus 2 3 37 415 432 689 and 690. Siwa St. Andrew's Church Pastor. Seba Emra Semodia baby here any Justice and Law Solicitors.
Megafo, we yamanka wow die papa bi ewo Ghana na. Enso enam no kra asanti no. Hu senya wo bet mami sika. Say yesiesie wachi mawo. Enti na ye ni Paradise City. Ye did this beautiful ultramodern city. Apatema Community 25. Whoop standard executive, semi-executive quality buildings. Ye ni Paradise City. Ye wo homa. Isanse ye di abrochre aba Ghana ntino. Ye payment terms no so. Eda phone book who penny self finance. And as a monkey for Paradise City. Oh, your telephone numbers so UK +447 908 475 802. Paradise City. Ye juma pa amagana yefe ankasa.
Amway a company kesiye omode niyama pa abedwa so omoniyama ni be a health product, beauty product and a home care product. Omo health product ni be a vitamins and as a food supplement. Beauty products ni be enso omo wo enku and as a mana ebema wo honam atoso already atoso sen no be no me. Omo home care products ni be samana yedi huhuru kukuo mu ni yedi twitwi adwaye and emudi ye hede wo pe bia no ubetimi enya bi ewo Amway se ope emu nsamatie ana se wo pe bia to a yesrese frɛ owura Emmanuel Eshon ewo 075 076 30487 075 076 30487. And also say abelfo amansanten tan kese no so ubehuru o machi apan ewo www.amway.co.uk/user/emish na ofre owura Emmanuel Eshon and also say wotons ansa ekọ amansanten tan kese no so wo mo website no so a omani ubedi nkita ho fefefe eno na owura Emmanuel Eshon beka cho say ende na online
Eating, I see me penny pot. The Cassans, why I see me eat it. I could announce it, so Madame Party coming home soon. After me, I make a cram. The minimum when I'm a dancer glass. Life is a wild carnival. Woman, many be wired, I can wash. Every time I really be to me pass it. I can't reach every woman with my spirit different. Life is a wild carnival. Woman, many be wired, I can wash. And pim pim, it all come to a mass sorry. Nabusia di am water. Any mere won't papa no care and come. And pim pim, it all come to a mass sorry. Nabusia di am water. Any mere won't papa no care and come. Then me pennies and I'm a nice. I do this for my family and myself. Drink this, say they come. Then you be pennies, I'm a nice sissy. I do this for my family and myself. Drink this, say they come. What do you? I'm a soldier, one man soldier. In social soldier. What do you? I'm a soldier, one man soldier. In social soldier. And pim it all come to a mass sorry. Nabusia di am water. Any mere won't papa no care and come. And pim it all come to a mass sorry. Nabusia di am water. Any mere won't papa no care and come. What do you? I'm a soldier, one man soldier. In social soldier.
Yes, yes, me ye dear, yes, me penny pa, make a sasso, yes, me ye did, Cocoa Nancy. Okay, okay. Now, we are going to make sense out of the principle of sole responsibility for children visas in immigration law in the United Kingdom. This is something that it baffles a lot of people. And at this part of the program, I am so tempted to do it in the Ghanaian dialect called Chi. The reason being that most of our listeners or people listening, I'm afraid they are more likely to be Ghanaians, and I think it's very important they understand this very, very well. So what I would do is I'll do the best that I can. Do it in English as well as in Chi. Hopefully that may perhaps work, because someone may be watching and he might not or she might not understand the Chi language, and therefore that will not be good for her or him. And therefore, let's try and do the best that we can. Making sense out of sole responsibility for children application to come to the United Kingdom. The United Kingdom law, there is a presumption that children should stay in their home country, regardless of the fact that the child's mother or father may be in the United Kingdom. The law says that if you're a child, you are better off living in your own country. So if you're a Ghanaian and you have a child in Ghana, the law is that the presumption is that the child should stay in Ghana. Why should the child come to the United Kingdom? A lot of people get confused and say, but I have indefinite leave, but I am British. Am I not allowed to bring my child? Yes, you are allowed, but the presumption is on the basis that the child should not come here. And therefore, the burden is on you to convince the Secretary of State that it is important, or there are reasons, legal reasons, why the child should be allowed to come and join you. So if you understand this simple principle, then I think you will follow everything that I'm going to say today.
Because that's why you see me eat it. I could now sit some damn party coming home soon. I see me play. Because that's why you see me eat it. I could now sit a damn party coming inside. My brother, I make a cranny to get drunk. The minimum what I'm a dancing glass. Life is a wild carnival. Woman, many be why I can't watch. A guitar and I will be able to me pass it. I can't reach every woman in my spirit. Life is a wild carnival. Woman, many be why I can't watch. And pim. The top of you, I'm not sorry. I will see a DPM in water. And in Mary won't have one who cares. And pim. The top of you, I'm not sorry. I will see a DPM in water. And in Mary won't have one who cares.
Yes, so the presumption is that the child should not be allowed to come to the United Kingdom unless what you prove say one, the child's father or mother who is the other parent either is not involved in the child's life, he does not play any role, he does not make any decisions concerning the child's education, religion, health, and general well-being. The burden is on you, the parent who is settled in the United Kingdom, to prove that. If you don't give convincing evidence, your application is likely to be refused. And the sad thing is sometimes, you can get every evidence and they'll still come back and say, I'm not convinced. And most of these cases end up in court, sole responsibility cases. So it's very, very difficult application to make, I must admit, and I must say, because it's not simple and it's not that easy to be able to get that wrapped up. So we need to be very, very careful when we are doing these types of application, bringing a child to the United Kingdom with the view to settlement. And this applies to skilled worker dependents. It applies to those with British passport or indefinite leave to remain. So you need to watch out for that. So the rules under Appendix F clearly state, in order to succeed to bring your child, one, obviously, you need to prove that the child is your child. Two, either the other parent is dead. In that case, you need a valid death certificate. Or three, if he or she is alive, you need to prove that he or she is not involved in a child's life. And basically, decision makings, you, the parent, who is in the United Kingdom, the sponsored parent, you need to be able to give that evidence to prove that you are the one making decisions, you are the one choosing schools that the child goes to, you are the one maybe deciding where the child resides. So all these are things that I believe, if you're able to prove it, have enough evidence in this respect, then you then be able to make an application. So within the rules, we have three potential routes by which a parent relocating to the United Kingdom might obtain a visa for their child or children, where the other parent remains abroad or in that country. So for example, if I am a skilled worker and I want to bring my child, if I am fortunate enough still to be with the child's mother, and we are both here in the United Kingdom, and we want to bring our child, that will not be a problem because the rules accept that. And since the child belongs to me and my wife, We don't have to prove sole responsibility. We shared responsibility. That is fine. And we are both here and we are married as a couple. In that respect, there is no problem at all. The problem comes in whereby either maybe I am married to someone else and my child is in Ghana. If I need to bring my child, I need to prove that I have sole responsibility. In that case, I need to get all the evidence that I've just mentioned. And in some cases, custody order. So this is what you try and do. So if you are bringing your child, you need to prove that you, the parent who is here, you have sole responsibility. Even if you don't have sole responsibility and you are able to prove that there are serious and compelling family or other considerations, then of course you could be able to make an application successfully. But when we say compelling reasons, other reasons and so on, what does that mean? Life is not fixed, like I was saying. Things change. Maybe there has been a disaster, natural disaster, something like that. Then of course, the whole doctrine of sole responsibility disappears. So for me, it's very, very important that you understand this doctrine, that the sponsoring parent or the parent who is already in the United Kingdom makes all the decisions concerning the child. Time is far gone. We finish at 1 o'clock. We are going to activate the telephone lines for 15 minutes. And if you have a question, I beg, this is the time to call and ask the question. Once the program is done, we've got other business that we need to attend to, unfortunately. If you call, you'll not be able to reach me, I beg. So once we activate the telephone line, please do call in so that we may answer any question that you may have. All those who have tuned in, listening to us, we thank you very much for joining. And we do appreciate your support. Right. Let's activate the telephone lines. And if you have a question, then by all means feel free and do what? And ask the question that you may have. One thing that I will also say is, brothers and sisters who are now traveling to Ghana in these festive seasons, we keep hearing sad stories, sad news, sad news. If you happen to be going to Ghana, be very, very careful. Places that you visit, who you move with, food that you eat. I've just had someone coming from Ghana and the person said something that made me laugh. I said, David, me, if you cook for me, either I eat the food with you or I don't eat it at all. No one is excluded, including my own mother and father. If they cook, I open the food and I say, you know what, let's eat. If they don't eat, I don't eat. The world that we live in a crazy world. We live in a nasty world. And I'm going to use this analogy as a sign of warning to everyone. I was watching this video and this person has made the following observations. It's interesting and I'm going to share this with you. From the observation, this is what she said. When a mother gives birth to more than one child, from childhood, because the mother is in control of affairs, the mother will do whatever it takes to make sure that brothers and sisters move together, do things together, try to unite them. That is the role of a mother. However, as children grows, they get different influences. I am penny for say a beno and a echi. You cannot tell me that someone is around you and the person cannot have influence on you. It's a lie. Yes, you may be your own man, your own woman, but people around you also influence the way you make decisions, the way you do things, the way you go about business. And therefore, you cannot say people around you will not influence you. And therefore, it takes us to our second step. That people around us influences us. And sometimes the more they influences us, the more we get dragged from the relationship that we will have with our siblings. Sometimes for the right causes, sometimes for the wrong causes. The worst is where there is a marriage and people coming in may not be straight but dubious with bad intentions to separate rather than to unite. And therefore when they come in, all that they do is to complain. Oh, look at what this one has done. Look at what this one has done. Look at what this one has done. Every day, the person may have something bad to say about someone. Never himself or herself. And all that the person does is to complain and complain and complain. By so doing, the person may be sowing seeds of hatred. And the person may set a brother up against a brother up against a sister against a brother. And normally such individuals may come from a broken home because they don't have it from where they are coming from. And therefore, if I don't have it, why should you have it? They may come to destroy relationships. And therefore, you have to watch out and be very, very careful who you let in. Open your eyes, shine your eyes. When someone is being too negative about others, be very, very careful. Because he who brought something to the table may also take something from the table. Someone who do not come across as a unifier, but a divider. Be careful about such people. Because they are the same people who turn out to be cobras, and they will cut your head off should they get a chance. So you're going to Ghana, you just have to be mindful. You have to be very, very careful. Just last week, someone hired a hitman on his own flesh and blood, killing for me, all because of property, all because of inheritance. It's nothing new. It goes on all the time. It's just that of late, it's getting published everywhere, and therefore it's waking people up. Be careful, be mindful, and be watchful. Take care of yourselves. The phone lines are now open. The number is 07538 969589. You can call me on this number if you have any question at all. We will do the best that we can to answer all your questions for you. Once we are out, if you call, you won't get me. So that one, I must say, is very, very important. Yes, if you'd like to call in the program and ask a question about what we've discussed today, or you have any question about UK immigration and nationality law, or perhaps, family law issue or employment issue, then by all means do the best that you can and call us now. Because once...
Hello, good afternoon, lawyer.
Hello, good afternoon to you. Mame Boatman from Dalston. Nyame Adom Yehoye Pa. Now so swear.
Nyame Adawo Mama Hoye. Na Afia so die. Lawyer Prien wa. Ubenyama obefre betra radio so say. Wanda Krofu echi ase. Enu wo so e ba no ase. Lawyer waya di wakasa me pa. Na kakra me ka chire chiefo so mi chire mo ya lem. Na me so madam ase. Mo ya tie. The money support a support you. Na mo fa support na simuno. Wo krata wonin krata wo. Obi kasa ti na fam aba. Na wo so fam aba. Wo de tu wo ma efo. Na wa be kasa papa. Wa ka piano asem, wa ka driving asem, wa ka migration asem. It's your fam bi. You share wo so ye. That you walk again, I see I let you. Now, you mean you are dreaming because when you want what dream one, not one time to let it real. Now, lawyer, what casta, and then, ain't you so? Me, I'm a report man in the Bushia, is meant the Wassy. Near the Shia de Pia, remember, between Yabad, and out you in the lay out of my body go. But you good don't cheat. Yes, you said it to me. Near from my royal. I send that was that can't say. And I can't send a people now to this and everything. Well, that's what I said to my mouth. It was never down to send the war here. No near to my and somehow any year of the country straight baby. Because why a lawyer, never I would have said, on the kind of one and two the assay. On your lawyer close for. Ain't you know, I actually bet that was the rule of Bushia. Let the two green answers you better what say. I do pure assay, say. Only to me, I'm a assay ever quite. Now, no, I look at someone else, someone, yet the lawyer, you know, would be a.
That's right.
One who pass out on the so. Would be like Cotora, what you part of. You know, a crab and so. Meka and the Afro also. The lawyer, you bet that you fool now say. And one more support over the mind. The Domasipa. Nana can count on the chair. The moment you know, fish your pack. That lawyer best sit out. What's it? What if a Friday now to waiting? Don't do for me, not the cat. Get man. Oh, so called women.
That's
not
right.
in a bush here. No, now one thing. No, some may get one. To what was she piano? And now what appointment piano Monday to Friday book.
That's
Now
right.
say no opportunity, and I'll let friend. That's the money to you. I also want to make a show.
Sape pepe.
But I didn't know me. That is a young son so yet.
Eba, sanity. Yeda wasipi. Mame Boatman, yete nenkano. Yeda nasi. Mwana mo fra mu ntimi nwura mu nyina no tama ababedem timotimi afresi ya na yetimi ansam ame se yema me gina so nyina na mo fre gidi enso na me fa na enyi enti ebesre se opese ofra ene ma ohu enye ha ye wo 4 minutes pe me edidwuadie no eba na wie enti no ye mo ne sharp na yentimi enko. Hello. Hello?
Yeah, hello.
Hi, good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Yes, what's your name and where you calling from, sir?
I'm Michael, calling from Portsmouth.
Michael Portsmouth, Yanko. Jenny beat me, I am on Pacho.
Part of the question is Dr. Your life is here, and the question is with the me Marba. And I'm the same who say, renew visa ne do 20 years of but me student and I'm a wife dependent. And I think I go for a crown number 16 the year. The visa ne do 20 years for January. Na me bisa question bisa say ya hope na is saying keep me here Jumania that renewal for the 4 of us so yeah intimation who say be renew and then a wife again na intimate renew or implication
Yes, because you are responsible for your children's immigration papers and documentation. The children themselves cannot be responsible. Now, the question between Busan is, we a student, and I was renew a draw, and to renew as a student and as a switch up to another category. What is the plan?
Switch I think renew for PSW.
Post study work. Okay, so I'm from the graduate visa route. Graduate visa no ne bon shada nye bibia o as compared to other applications no. Graduate visa, let me check the price for you straight away. Ne bon shada nye bibia.
Say obia be 2,000.
There be new sir. Mami 1 minute why? Me sure see be true sir. Last time I checked, okay, how much it costs graduate visa route no. Okay, or say when you apply for graduate visa, you will need to pay £822 application fee, and then you pay immigration health surcharge fee, which is usually £624. And the say 900 plus 700 krana. It's about £1,600.
Immigration health surcharge for 2 years in fee, almost each year times 2.
Oh, okay, yeah, Bakubia, yes, you are right. Bakubia 1 year. I am not so sure whether fee waiver could apply in this case. Postgraduate, so if it's kind of so on, me make say at least ese will save you and answer mammy no. Now can cranny dear no apply for a fee waiver.
I told me apply there.
Okay, since I was still scanning for me boy. Who bet me a tria wo application any mammy. Okay, it's more than idea you can apply for the graduate visa no. Now we don't know why you dependent. Now encrano your children no. Apply for fee waiver.
Fee waiver.
Fee waiver. Okay, FEE fee waiver. Fees. When say we get fees.
Fee waiver.
Exactly.
FEE. Okay.
And the waiver. Because what happened is Momo dear no, make us a man train cramatam nenson. Says can of fatum sisia. Say what me with decision. Now say more apply for your friends and fee waiver for the children na. Say almost a graduate route no more qualify crana and the human right and crano. You can fight for them on the human right. The fact is that when my communicate you know, it be very difficult for them to say no to the children in some ways.
Until apply and criminal decision about before say everything do.
You better that way. Men try emani mukra. Why?
Okay.
Because for me, if it's possible, kranaka priority service or what, munye priority na munye binkita. Munye binkita no actually say ono yere mukita graduate visa for 2 years. Unfortunately, you cannot raise the money to apply for the children, and therefore you're applying for a fee waiver, so that you can make an application for the children under as your dependents or on humanitarian grounds. Now I cover nina. Said ya am so MBA illegal. Now enkufa instance so bia emrel.
Okay.
Pacho follow.
Okay.
Why? If he said a number everything I see good day. So who is Canada? Can you now? Who is Canada? Unfortunately, not much now you can do. Why?
That means I was saying I'll back because of inquiring.
Say, oh, my be illegal. You are responsible. A breach of the immigration rules. To avoid all these complications, and mama, this suggestion, and to follow suggestion now, it will prevent the children from becoming illegal. You are looking at two evils. One is more dangerous than the other one, and therefore you need to choose the one that will give you protection. The best thing to do is to do the application and pay for it. Now you don't have the money, so you are left with either becoming illegal or doing something about it.
Okay.
And therefore do something about it will put you in a good light. At least, so we be crazy at home office home say you are trying your best to do the right thing. Now so one not just say you don't give a hoot. And not getting problems more baby. If I try to say. And it's Sunday say why? Where number by all means, if you need to contact us, in your friend. Why? I'm not for big super. It's where number the number we have it in your friend. Why? That's it. Thank you. Hello. Hello.
Yeah, hello.
Hi. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Nampacho wane kase. Emmanuel Kojo say. I say is a Ghana commission say with me for a your friend is Kojo your last name. Yes.
If you are afraid, you throw up. That was it. Shop.
In fact, I see a Benjamin. Now, there with the Yamias of Castle to Anthony. Now, go forward here. Sometimes someone can hear you. Yeah, some more. My client be so dear. My friend or mom so much deliver. And I was deliver coin. Almost number 35. And I'm say, yeah, address here 49 Efra Road. Where they go to 35. And anyone who 35B, no, I want to go to one more. And here, one I'm from, I'm saying, I won't cancel, I'm for new one, bra. What do you call wrong place? And these things, it does happen. And it's a wood ye, yea, Nasa, Abia, ye, can you butcher some Dawson? What dress it up, baby, not the application, I mess them every now and then check it, watch it. Yeah, every now and then check it.
Because me, especially me, please let me start saying that yes. It didn't happen that, you know. Because the whole brought for the last have done it.
Yeah.
Aye.
And one of those things, a human error. One say application forms, no. Omubusa say postal address, na lawyer no ye actual address. Almost say where does the client actually live? And they want you to write that address too. And till the nipa no your card in na one pay attention to that bit na. If you not go choose your living address, no send there about. Na me am so suspicion kakra. I say I didn't know me some mistakes no. It does happen all the time. And you know, are they trying to check whether say I'm passing what you want na anything ye dey for one na. These are the someone sometimes a farmer give him sir.
Okay.
Because me say address na fabra. Now say busa say hina inipanity. Now what they ba, now they prefer will be inipanity. Why would you do that? A mistake are fine. But then again, I'm asking myself, is there any ulterior motive? But the American Chobiani said, when you address leader every now and then, omomoto and no one nice. Said you have been pabua, obetini idea. I catch you. Now, the Biamekasa same way, say enipa, will be a departure, depart in the nicest possible way. Unim dachi. So, a Biamaking, wako sell. Now be ba or first was acquired naturally in Yansa, no assassin the co. Or be a brony dream, no dear see.
Because I've been here, if you have here for last year, your neighbor, now, all over the bubble, the brother license, the balance, so big that too, on big that on big that tree, a little box. Just imagine the department only in your phone. No other ones are not being bushra.
Exactly.
Yeah, because of that, the new party are found on the couple of the door, and I'm telling you. Until the table, over here. But there's also a special in the
Sapepepe. Tia said, Onama, ma edimpa, anywhere in Nini Wachi. Na eye inshira, ebeyo mama. You know, because sometimes I sit there, God has blessed me beyond my own imagination. You know, every day I am a living miracle. You know, and to Nosana Iwiaseneti, the fact is, Nyankopon family so a be serious it would be penning. It gives me joy. You know,
I'm not going to see you make Canada just with the Ghana for the beautiful. May walk, may brother Alex. And I will introduce you Ghana guy in mind and said, I'm saying, no, I'm saying, okay, now, that call your agents and let it call Alex. And so, cool, you know, could even 1 year, or maybe 2 years, no, well, we made him, I think about 20 years, and taking in our class, and I'll come up from so, or you try to be with him, and I'm so okay, pay for my boy, or so many people, and then you will be sort of come, or see me pass for, and I will let them out. I can't think of the chicken and say, oh, mobile, you know, you probably find me in fact, I'm about. I said about and so now on the field will be near my and I thought what the baby to my mom. But in the beginning, me, I mean, gonna be more movie. And you know, I'm one of them, so more the car by my phone. You will know a keen and so on, so bad you will good enough going to so. Abba, what will I catch him do? Uncle, you pass it in what Baha not that. I don't know what to teach you, Mr. Okay, when you will be after this. Month for answer. I said, we are one year to my bed out to you. Not only pay let's introduce him, man. If you feel about human for HR, you normally get meeting because the other you be a bit or no near in craft how with the fee. And the other page more. Well, listen, I'm the phone thing. I'll call them church in Gusto. Let's look at them. You are a few for the crap. No, that is a minute year. It's not so the clock of beer. I'm a teacher. And I want to give me name of the couple of telling that the war pushes 10 years and I get them at the top. Which means that someone I look at you because we shall be 10 cents from on your love. And see a crew, in fact, like that, we have young bear because it was a 5 years time on back back to the company. I'm so keeping to me. I have to go for Libra or national insurance, bra. For people families, make the travel lines for Libra and make that home. 5 days time, remember Swati. No, I'm in the 2 years, then I go with. I will be daddy graduate.
Soon?
Oh, if you get up for, in fact, San Chibanoa, air cost will be, in fact, you know. A
hard, me do be coffee.
Hard. You set up one fee with you one. Never to yet, you want to never have one to free fee or because them says in the Americans who feel to pay up, they will swim the yellow track. Could hear them. You think I'm trying to do quite more on Castro and say, I did say I'm better than the
yeah.
Maka the woman, I may not kill me, do what the other soon see another year, put the here, the hard. But
everyone is a suspect.
Yes. Oh, we can avoid yes. Yes, Sabi Kruma. We are Pankata, you could be the moon out with the Muno. I'm suspect, yeah, you have been more every year. But the house, what in a few points here, and I'm in my 4 more years. Wow, so you pay the man. That's it. Oh, my God, you grab the promise to me in the water. This is a got you know, not just
BBS is so amount. Madam, I said, what share this with us, but me the mechanic say, me papa yeda. Now, if we are son, yes, if we are son, you want prophobia or one. Nyankopon asset destiny be amount. They will try to sabotage that destiny. Ulusu focus. Obon say papa bia obeya ebebie ekwan bia mawo anase beba mfaso amawo na say nipa na oba be block say chance no be there because I say we o ya ade a you yem na ye o ye I don't think about it. This is me opa me ye papa ma wadamase opa destroy me. I don't care. De yakopon di see me so ese na nyama no ma ya ma woni hwe meka sa say we a kire wo na sa say we enye say me ka de adwamanu Nemo meka ede I encourage you. Esa do ye no menja ida koso na ye. Hwe me boa obi onya accident wo adwumam. Wo de kofa no is bebre so anye yi. Wo de baaye ne sofo enti na me boa no. Me boa ni pay e ma ne we need compensation of £200,000. Se ne no befa phone aka chem se lawyer me sa ka check na. Me na menim. Obimpo odi na chika chense na wo frelo ya nka nchire no wo se me frelo ya nka de be na nchire no se me boa na Nyankopon na ka makoma enti ona se obe me nyame me mete ye no misre ma anwene hu one anya me one because it's not my money na enshira Nyankopon fa so ehira me no me ka chewa bedwane obitimi ba wo se mate se akwa we wo na aboa no ma ne compensation no ene wo ye good panti me ba wo ehun hira amenya no masa me ka kire wa ubedwane sakoma miskedi bi kura na sai kwa na kwade be wani so mo enso so na a pave way so mo na dia nwa kura ni say satan nem me ba girl school ko ye man 100% scholarship. Wow. So Nyankopon e wo kwan ofa so hire nipa enti se wo ya dia enye de nipa ne be ye o nya se de nipa ne be ka se Nyankopon ka okoma se nipa we boa na wo de yuyem ne boa nipa no uvia wa wie unyame adwuma enipa ne pa onko gina baabi onse wo nkyire wiase nyina enipa ne pa onko gina baabi na onfa knife enwo wachi yes he who jobless no one cares. Na ewiase no wo ye papa bia na Nyankopon ne nim nipa komam Nyankopon ne bejeje ebi nipa na wo ye papa ma no on de onhu no ebi obi gira nchen wo hwe se wo se nipa yi sei obo so bedru baabi na edo ebi ma wo sa hwe memeti yi hey any problem bi a me counter bia no problem ni buy na solution aba metimeti na menti asese how ase bi buy am say I dey we cry now how do I solve this me say 2 minutes na no be afraid me oh lawyer me cry me say you meeting aye say after me just an say me nwa and for the same the down I have no idea me ni obi obetimi abo nipa no within 5 minutes ubu say obi aba oh me cry me we yo na ma connect nipa no obi pe adwuma said you me employment agency obi aba oh baby amu okra na adwuma bebre wo na ma connect nipa no so mo enti gwa nyina ye ekwanya Nyankopon efa so eye de edishire nipa enti me de ne say memo ba mu muda eye unfortunate enye nipa nyina de be yi aye obu a wo ye ne papa kra no no do na no say o obu a wo ye ne papa kra no go gina be bia no atweste no aka nsem no de gu ani mu asa but me mane how because at the end of the day me feel say there is a higher being say nipa no oso say ubia be friend nyame, a be friend whatever name that they give him, be friend ja. Or no na eche you or no we are say or JG na o hwe de ye nyina. Enti you akumem wabu nipa no sebe sometimes no bu o ho a abro ani beye ni ahoya. Se ono enya de and I can encourage. There are some people like that. They have that spirit. Everything must be about them. Oh, I know dear. I'm from Cobra no, and I'm Dawson. Yes. A part of life experience. Obiti me, make us ask we are 2012. Ye me client TV, now or driver with insurance. Satan one me client. Na ye no, na ni nua e insurance ni nua driver into bo ni nua no work krata. Into bo ni nua ni din no. Ana immigration for omo kwezi akwaya no hu se enye ono oboa. In the end no hu se o use ni identity omo che no. Ni nua no fa ne passport e come immigration for so mo fe deport no. Enti ewiase ne de mema bibia anya omo bibia TVC. Na mbom yes, very important, you know, Anna, it's good to say you are sharing this. We be also now careful because we be any especially omomukita spirit of me, you know. Everything good must be about them. If it's not them, and it must be destroyed. Those people. Look. You see, yeah, unfortunate, but maybe when they say why you unyame, you know you done your deed. God will reward you for that. It's been more Anna, thank you very much. So nyame so aye ye busa no Anna dey so be land at the same time no. So nyakopon ye na niema. We should date the fine date na 1 year, exactly 1 year. Na me. Okay, the letter be abremi. Letter no me was so amount. Basically what happened is say from 1st of January 2025 card in the JUC twem. And until now my no. And she said everything is going to be online. And she card near the abroad number be also at the top right hand side corner. And it's a number no make us keep it in your head and I say keep it somewhere safe. You can go online and you say prove your right to work. You put in the number and your date of birth, it will take you to Home Office database. And time of visa will no ebe show. And the visa no on top of my head, ebe 2026. It's probably going to be July 2026. I will report back to you. Said there be who baby original. Why? Old card no. And the why? Sir, me sure possibly the shame. Me share different envelope just to separate it. And yes, I have message send them a soft copy. It's a big deal. Why? Aye, okay, no worries.
After Christmas,
No worries.
January, because January,
And yet, that's right. Bohobium. Yes, so yeah, that was a pa. But my client said, "Dear, almost shut me pan dear. I have to say this, and I have to be very, very thankful because oh, nyame. Ti yeah, that was CP. Why? Bye for now. Bye. Hey, time ne kosa no. Okay, you for 6 minutes in count. No, someone 4 person mu room pa. Na papa me de no ka na hu hia. Enti na else mane kasa na yesi tu ye hu fo. Papa obeye na obi de ne bonsam e ba be hawo. Wan hwe yi na afi so papa ne kra me nye biem. But ewi ase no papa wo ye no. E de woni mu twa wo. E bie kwan ma. Me ade a me hu no. Mema obi and divert you. Mema obi and divert you from reaching your destiny. Because a kwanya what you need see say ubesi so no. Just focus, look ahead. So people so distracted one. You're temporary. Just brush it aside and keep going. Don't stop. You know, it's very, very important. Maybe they say, oh yeah, papa bi. Say Yakupon come say ye bibi mo obia. Mema obi ensem hunu e me divert to attention. Because if we are saying no, you never know. Obi oho enne papa de be no. 10 years time, 20 years time, in fact, they save your life. Save your life pa. Ebia oti di nimpo. Ah, Mr. Darkon. Papa bia mama ye me Darkon ti. And then me hu be fe Darkon. Sa papa no, Miss me papa bibi. Sa ne wi aseneti e. Make us same way Ghana Law School 2013 Makola. Me call Ghana Law School me my wild, you know. Me sifi taxi man me walk into the law school gentleman be a driver 4x4. Oh me no a stop ne car no dream me car. Lawyer wo ye dia wa ne se ni age o tetie mu sa. Afi mo asem krofo kra twa ye ho ahia. Me de na me ferry kra. Afi security a omo gira Makola Law School do ano a de bi omo mu dru wa no mo yi wa mani na me bie me do no. From that day omo se me ba pe no omo ba be bie do no. And I'm sure someone selling a couple is if I see any man. Member will be distracted, member will be stop. They don't even know, concerning Nabi Insha. Hello.
Hello, sir.
Good afternoon to you. Hey, Mr. Alex, Nabi Biaboko. Kabina for see young guy, say we dear Shadak on your one in there.
Question you sama me non kubi ni aga almost this year we see the about the Kemuha. Na no mu sa say obano ye main applicant no onye adwuma ni bi nye because onye akwa de ba say just omo koto cancer. Because I said domiciliarity. No so be about for there no beti dia koto car. Na koto car ko be da insurance e bi say go na wa start ya da so o mo adwuma. Just what trading on saying is, I'm not a car, Madia or Mamma to be say next month, the wing for me home office say, almost when you're ready, some bay to man. If you don't want to be to me, if your castle be school, a possible to be to me, I switch into which if it's not school, possible that way and
at the moment, there is nothing that stops you from doing that. But there is something that stops you from doing it the other way around. But that's what I say. And see, is okay, a valid visa, and to pursue school. it will be a test case, because the rules, to become a student, you must have a valid visa. That's it. It doesn't say you cannot switch from a skilled work to a student. I've not seen anything within the rules, and therefore I think you should be able to. But I can look it up and be 100%. But there is nothing from my memory that stops you from doing that. First, before July, now we are skilled worker, we are student credit to be changing be a skilled worker. I know who said will be a change, I know most of us are there. But the other way around in the and so much in fact, very good point panel raise, especially more much anymore. What's your chili? Yeah, Radina.
Almost said you must have like I said. You come up promo and you want my tongue when you have been to call me Pierre Joe.
I am very sad. Someone will say, I just won't say Gucci. Oh, Zimbabwe need be echo report or no report, after he ended up in Zimbabwe.
My bank will be my friend. I just said, the time I do you, my ban, or what I do in your neighbor. I do not come home. They look at all the aqua tomatoes in 50 minutes near the Gano airport. We could put down another baby out and somebody walk on my dame.
And no.
We now go to my catcher, say, Aqua, we only need a
be careful.
You are go for you, go for you are. From the testified in it, we're Jessica. I'm over the aqua to air per se, our mom, Marco Fana, my mamma, the baby, and I was in the mom 1 or 2 weeks. The Obana, the cigar can home and get it down the money here.
Hey, 2 weeks, why are you? 2 weeks for.
Oh, maybe we are most done in your 6 months, 6 months. Then you tell me, again, better papa, the big guy, the Venica Crancra. We are so good, my hand, Mamma, tell you, Mamma, so maybe you are. Mr. 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, we are not afraid.
Yes.
Master, we are you start training for. I'm not a friendly panel. One of the cat came out, and also I could go to a Pacuria. Sunny, we will carry never send benefits of the so we need. Now, the 2 continents and about 2 good, my name woman, naming benefit to wealth and change. For what we are casting them, no one will be couple up, doing more for Cassie. I do have with you in your name quantity to be one not social dinner. So I will come the canoe. Until I am not asking to no more sort is all I want you making a change to students now, like that of my person. Yes, I am saying, but the other media. Don't be not done in Gary because put on full Yakata, the more Chiaba. Okay, so we chill out banana say, oh, yes, oh, baby, you, the day you meet me.
I know the Sana, okay, the pan or Benjamin Sergeant and Amosia.
Oh, yes. Because you have done before, so they go or friend before, not the catcher and the pasta. Aquano, why did you be a man go for? A human car home. I'm frustrated, normally, I'm cool if you need. When you know for balance, you my catcher, Montana, because my name or the doer, you are just a canary, or the doer, because of my mechanic or crack. So I maybe some will be about something line, so I am mine.
Are you hot? Okay, yeah, that's okay. Thank you very much. Okay, I'm on for a friend at the Abigusupi. I said, more, my phone back at Chombi Chamino. And to the Mammy, any day, Mammy, ain't to be friend back. Yes, I'll be 1 or 2 be not feeling Medina, but they be a month for 7 minutes, 1 or 2 be a 7 o'clock for you. Now meeting me equity, me Jumas. And see, I'm in for 1 or 2 back, but also want every BC super. Hello.
Hello.
Patron Radio. Good afternoon to you. Most of what fresh, Bobby Fribia no be just.
Let me show appreciation, not give them Scotland for Chrome.
More Chrome, Scotland for Edinburgh for Chrome. Hey, dear.
Well, like I'm where we are here, let us that, and I'm a big mouth. The DC Kadian, Yamiho,
Amen.
Yamia Power soap, and I say, the name is by a British.
Yes.
If the Obiania Semua, and now Obiania, the Semua, Moon follower, or moon friend, Yagro, and you're quite true, and you're for me, and you're corner. It's
Yes, so yeah, that was a pa. Now, hope for Asia Munina. You wish you Merry Christmas, so.
Amen.
Scotland for Okrum. That was it. Bye bye for now. I feel you did you dear not ever the way. Yet the Munina Massy, Nakopon, Eddie, now watch send a chair, you beside a baby. And Tino naturally say, Nasiana, I was saying, the mamma. Abrachia Bobo, a moon summoner, ye can't do with him. Ojuna Hoa on Tiasi, a choir a bimusi a faso a behave. But me the media say, Obi mo chero, na se ubiti abuana, do the best that you can. Untimi mwana, enya force. Ahana ayana yenuanum bebre eko wrong no. Because when himself circumstances in such a way so untimi mwani pana, adentina ewese wukumu. You have to survive in order to help someone. And therefore, it's very, very important. That means you also have to be ready to say no to people if you are not in a position to help them. But because at the end of the day, don't feel guilty, say, no. Because at the end of the day, no. Yes, also or so we need what do you do? You just have to be bold and tell the person why you cannot help him or her. Say nipa no obia sebe adwempa ni tim o ye nipa papa obeti wase. Na mmom dia adwembono ni tim a ono ye selfish or dwon no nkwa no onti wase da. Ni dia ne se mepe we nya ma mi to metim odin. But on many say, no, you don't have it and you don't have it to be able to give it. Until the meeting I can say, you were familiar. Bema baby, and so when you Lumba, or said Amquanoma, made a cry, the boy after the me yet ye met me be a na member swan, na me ye na me call. Nipa baby. Enipa ama be ni nyina enti de ubetimi no na so ababa be enti adamase Justice and Law Solicitors. The number is 0207 993 5976 and I say 07538 969 589. We wish you all the best. If I say be nyame ensure. Yes, you. The best I share. Hello, master. I salute you.